Success is not a stroke of luck, nor is it reserved for a chosen few. It is a deliberate result of setting a clear objective and refusing to be swayed from it. Success, in its truest form, is a steady realization of a worthy ideal. It is the ability to shape one's life according to a definite plan. To see a vision so clearly that no obstacle, no defeat, and no discouragement can extinguish it. Many misunderstand success as a sudden outcome of fortune or opportunity, but this belief weakens the spirit and excuses the lack of effort. Success does not fall into laps. It is forged with hands that are willing to work, molded by minds disciplined to believe, and sustained by hearts that refuse to quit. The best path to success is not hidden, mysterious, or reserved for the brilliant. It is open to anyone who dares to walk it. This path demands a definite purpose, unwavering faith, persistence through hardship, and the organized effort to turn dreams into reality. Success is a path, a deliberate journey paved with thought, intention, and action. Those who understand this truth no longer wait for opportunity. They create it. Every great success story begins with a clear, burning desire. Without a definite chief aim, no amount of hard work, intelligence, or opportunity will lead to lasting achievement. Success requires that you know exactly what you want and are willing to focus your entire mind and energy toward it. A man without a goal drifts with the current, tossed about by circumstances, blaming luck for his failures and crediting fate for any small victories. But the individual with a definite purpose moves with direction and power. One of the clearest examples of this principle is the story of Edwin C. Barnes, who decided he would work with Thomas Edison. Barnes did not hope, wish, or casually daydream. He made a decision so firm that it became part of him. He arrived at Edison's office, ragged and poor, but with a mind that knew no retreat. That definite aim carried him through every setback until he achieved what he set out to do. Success demands the same level of clarity and commitment from everyone who seeks it. Half-hearted desires produce half-hearted results. If you want to travel the best path to success, you must decide exactly where you intend to go, commit yourself to it with every fiber of your being, and resolve never to turn back, no matter how long the journey or how rough the road becomes. Faith is the invisible force that transforms desire into reality. Without faith, even the most definite aim remains a distant dream, a goal written on paper but never brought to life. Faith is not something you are born with or given by others. It is a state of mind that you must build within yourself. It is belief in the unseen, trust in your ability to succeed long before any evidence appears. Those who succeed do so because they first believe they will. They hold in their minds a picture of their success so vivid, so real, that it commands their actions, fuels their persistence, and silences every whisper of doubt. Faith feeds the spirit when the body is tired. It whispers, keep going when failure seems certain. It is the catalyst that turns thoughts into their physical equivalent. Building faith requires discipline. It demands that you speak to yourself each day with conviction, affirming your purpose, visualizing your success as if it were already here. Repetition strengthens belief, and belief shapes action. The world makes way for the man who knows where he is going and believes he will get there. Success will never come to the man who merely hopes. It comes only to those whose hearts are set on their goal and whose minds are trained to believe in the inevitable triumph of their efforts. Autosuggestion is the bridge between desire and belief. It is the act of deliberately feeding your subconscious mind with thoughts that serve your purpose. Every day, you are talking to yourself, whether you realize it or not. The problem is, most people speak words of doubt, fear, and limitation. Autosuggestion flips that script. It is a practice of repeating your goals to yourself with emotion, intensity, and absolute conviction. When done consistently, it plants the seed of belief deep within the subconscious. The mind, once trained, begins to accept these repeated statements as truth, and eventually moves the body into action to make them real. This is not wishful thinking. This is mental conditioning. Just as you train muscles through repetition, you train your beliefs through repeated suggestion. Hill taught that we must read our definite chief aim aloud every morning and every night, as if the goal had already been achieved. Speak it with feeling. See it in your mind. Feel the success as if it were already yours. The subconscious does not argue. It accepts what you feed it. So feed it deliberately. Feed it only what serves you. The thoughts you dwell on will eventually shape your reality. Autosuggestion is how you take control of that process. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is. Too many people believe that having degrees or storing up facts is enough to guarantee success. But the man who wins is not the one who knows the most. It is the one who knows exactly what to do with what he knows. General education may open doors, but it is specialized knowledge that builds empires. Success comes to those who organize knowledge around a definite aim, then act on it with purpose. Specialized knowledge can be acquired in any field: sales, leadership, investing, craftsmanship, public speaking. As long as it serves your chief goal, you don't need to know everything. You only need to know what matters most to your mission, and either learn it or surround yourself with those who do. Hill made it clear. Andrew Carnegie didn't know how to do everything in the steel business. He just knew how to gather people with the knowledge he lacked. What matters is not how much you know, but how well your knowledge serves your purpose. And if you lack the specialized knowledge you need, there is no shame in learning it. Read, ask, study, find a mentor. The world is overflowing with information, but only those who turn knowledge into action walk the path to real success. Imagination is a workshop of the mind, where all plans are formed and all progress begins. Everything that exists, every business, invention, building, or achievement, was first born in the realm of thought. Success begins with an idea, and it is imagination that gives that idea shape, color, and life. There are two kinds of imagination: synthetic and creative. Synthetic imagination rearranges old concepts into new combinations, like taking what already exists and finding a better way to use it. Creative imagination, on the other hand, taps into a higher source. It brings in ideas that seem to come from nowhere, sparked by desire and emotion. Both are powerful. The great entrepreneurs and leaders of the world did not simply follow instructions. They imagined new possibilities. They looked at what was and asked, what could be? Henry Ford imagined a car the average man could afford. The Wright brothers imagined flight. What are you imagining? What are you daring to believe can exist? If you want success, you must give yourself permission to think big, to dream without limits, and to capture those visions with clarity. Write them down. See them in your mind's eye. Imagination is not fantasy. It is the blueprint of reality. What you consistently imagine with faith and desire, you will eventually bring into the physical world. Ideas without action are worthless. Success demands more than dreams. It demands organized planning. Once you know what you want, and you have fueled that desire with faith and imagination, you must translate it into a definite plan of action. This is where most people fail. They dream big but act small, waiting for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, or someone else's permission. But success favors a man who plans boldly and moves swiftly, even if the plan is imperfect at first. Action breeds momentum, and momentum breeds results. Start with a clear goal, break it into steps, and assign a timeline to each step. Accept that your first plan may fail. It probably will. But failure is not defeat unless you refuse to adjust. He'll emphasize the importance of flexibility. Successful people form definite plans, but they also adapt and create new ones when necessary. Organized planning also means leadership, both of yourself and of others. You must take full responsibility for moving your plan forward. Blame no one, excuse nothing. If your plan requires a team, choose your allies carefully. Surround yourself with those whose strengths complement your own. Plans without execution are wishes. Execution without planning is chaos. Success demands both, a clear plan and the relentless will to carry it out. If you are determined enough to act on your plan today, even if it's small, you place yourself ahead of the millions still waiting for perfect conditions. Persistence is a power that makes everything else work. You can have a burning desire, unshakable faith, and the best plan in the world. But without persistence, it all collapses. The truth is, most people quit far too soon. They start strong, filled with excitement and hope, but when the first obstacle appears, they hesitate. When the second shows up, they retreat. And eventually, they surrender their dreams to fear, fatigue, or frustration. But the few who persist, the ones who press forward despite the setbacks, those are the ones who win. Hill wrote, "Victory is always possible for the person who refuses to stop fighting." Persistence is not about being perfect or fearless. It's about continuing when it would be easier to quit. It is built through habit, discipline, and clarity of purpose. The clearer your goal, the stronger your reason, the more fire you will have to keep moving. Persistence is also strengthened by your environment. Who you surround yourself with matters. Negative people weaken your will. Inspired minds sharpen it. When failure comes, and it will, persistence whispers, try again. When doubt creeps in, persistence says, you've come too far, turn back now. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than you know, but they refuse to stay down. You must do the same. Success is not for the most talented. It's not for the lucky. It is for persistent, the one who will not be denied. No one achieves great success alone. The most powerful individuals in history understood the necessity of surrounding themselves with minds as strong or stronger than their own. This is the principle of the mastermind, a group of individuals working in perfect harmony toward a definite purpose. Hill taught that when two or more minds come together with complete unity, a third invisible force is created, a greater mind, a greater energy, capable of producing ideas and results none could create alone. The mastermind is not simply friendship or casual partnership. It is a strategic alliance built on mutual trust, shared goals, and combined strength. Henry Ford had his mastermind. So did Andrew Carnegie. Every major success story is backed by a team of thinkers, advisors, and believers who elevate each other. Your environment has a silent power over you. It can lift you or destroy you. Choose your mastermind carefully. Seek those who believe in growth, who refuse to accept mediocrity, who challenge you to think bigger, act faster, and persist longer. Your circle must feed your ambition, not your fears. One strong mastermind alliance can speed up your success beyond anything you could achieve alone. Together, with shared vision and collective strength, you can break barriers you would never break by yourself. Fear is a silent killer of dreams. It creeps in quietly, convincing you to play small, to hesitate, to settle for less than you are capable of achieving. Hill identified 6 basic fears: the fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. Every excuse, every hesitation, can be traced back to one of these fears. They are powerful only if you allow them to be. Fear paralyzes action, clouds judgment, and keeps you trapped in cycles of regret. But fear, like any enemy, can be defeated. The first step is to name it. Face it directly. Know what fear is whispering in your ear and call it out. The second step is to act. Fear cannot survive decisive action. Every time you move forward despite fear, you weaken its grip. Build a habit of courage. Start small if you must, but move. Fear thrives in inaction. It stars when you dare to step forward. Surround yourself with courageous people. Feed your mind with empowering thoughts, and anchor yourself to your definite purpose. When you act in spite of fear, you prove to yourself that fear is a liar. It loses its power. Success belongs to those who master themselves, and mastering fear is one of the greatest victories you can achieve. Do not wait for fear to disappear. It won't. Move forward boldly while fear screams in your ear, and soon its voice will fade into silence. You will be free. The path to success is not a mysterious road reserved for a lucky few. It is a journey that anyone can take, armed with the tools of desire, faith, persistence, imagination, and organized action. The best path to success is one that begins with a burning desire and ends with a person transformed by their journey. Success is not a destination but a way of life. A life built on purposeful steps, relentless belief, and unwavering commitment. You already possess everything you need to succeed. The question is, will you walk the path, or will you wait for the path to appear? If you found value in these insights inspired by Napoleon Hill, make sure to subscribe for more powerful lessons on mindset, wealth, and personal growth. We share timeless wisdom, practical strategies, and motivational content to help you unlock your full potential. Stay inspired, stay focused, master your mind,